this is Dr. Don, leadership strategist, CEO and founder of Influencers Global. Welcome to Motivation Monday. If you're not doing this, oh my God, you are expiring and nobody told you. Did you know, before I tell you what it is that you need to be doing, did you know that there's only a handful of companies that are left since over 100 years ago? It used to be cool to see things established in 1920. There's only a few Fortune 500 companies in the world left that were established over 100 years ago. And studies suggest that there won't be any companies from today that will be around at the next turn of the next century because companies are going to expire. And so the question is, how do you keep your company, your organization, your department, whatever it is that you're working on from expiring? Because everything has a shelf life. Your milk has a shelf life, your computer has a shelf life, your phone has a shelf life, everything around us has a shelf life, your body even has a shelf life. So how do you keep your organization, your vision, and even your legacy from expiring? I want to tell you the catch of it all. Right now, something that you can do. If you don't want to expire, you got to experiment. What do I mean by that? That means you got to change up what you're doing. It means you've got to consider ways that you can offer your products and services in a different way. I remember when Amazon sent books. Do you remember when Amazon first started? All they did was books, right? All they did was Kindle. So what did they do? They started experimenting. So you've got to experiment. How am I going to deliver my products and services in a different way? You got to look at how can I add value to my customers, my clients, my coaches, my whoever it is that you're serving, my congregation. How can I add additional value to them? You have to look at value, services, and products and look at how can I experiment with it to see what's going to take me just an inch further, a little further, give me more time on the shelf so that what I'm doing does not expire, that I have fruit that remains, that lasts. Finally, what I would say to you is that, just as an example, COVID gave us a great thing with that, right? So for instance, everyone that, I do both worlds. So in the business world, that meant that COVID meant that we couldn't meet face to face, which meant that everything had to be done online. Every facilitation, every training, every coaching session, everything had to be done online. And the same thing in the nonprofit world, in the church world, everything had to become digital when we were all sheltering in place, which meant we had to consider, how will I deliver my products, services, and add value to people? My suggestion for all of us is, don't wait for the next COVID before you start experimenting. Experiment now so that when the next COVID, or whatever the next is, you'll be ready and it won't shut you down. You don't have to expire if you're willing to experiment. This is Dr. Don. Thanks so much for joining me for Motivation Monday. Make it a great week. Hey, I just wanted to stop by and say thank you so much for watching, for viewing, and participating in Motivation Monday. If you like what you hear, feel free to subscribe. Not only feel free to subscribe, share it with your friends and your family, share it on social media. I'd love for you to help me get the word out there, and hopefully we can motivate a whole army of people. Thanks so much.